It is very sad to see these kind of comments and this kind of thinking from some Nigerians that, oh, it is easy to forget that it costs some money to bring the crude out of the ground. Let's even just assume, for the sake of analysis, that it costs some money. And of course, not an assumption, it does cost some money. But let's start from this point. 500 million barrels of crude oil per year is extracted, according to Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, not according to me. Those 500 million will give you some $50 billion, right? Let's say that it costs 40% to extract the crude from the ground. 40%. You pay the joint venture partners or the production sharing contracts 40% to extract the crude from the ground. It's not up to that. If you're going to go by the production cost model, a barrel of crude oil is $80 on average. You are saying it costs about $30 or $40 to bring it out. Okay, so that's about 40%, right? Let's assume that that were true. It means that the $50 or $60 billion of revenue that could accrue, the cost of production would be 40% of it, which would be about $20 billion, which gives you pure profit of $30 billion. Pure profit. Now, that profit of $30 billion, you take 20 billion out of it to buy refined petrol products to still come and sell, because that 20 billion you're taking out is not cost itself. You're still going to sell it and make a profit on top of it. So whichever way you look at it, you see that there is a lot of corruption that is going out there. These things are supposed to be very, very simple. But you know what? They know that if they allow you to see the simplicity of it, they cannot confuse you with the corruption in it. So what do? They make it look like it is very complex. What is the big deal in extracting crude oil from the ground? What is the big deal? A crude oil rig is just like your borehole, your water borehole. You set up the water borehole for 1 year with initial investment. You enjoy the benefits of the water for over 10, 15, 20 years. So if you are doing cost of water, say you are selling the water that comes from your borehole, in 1 year, 2 years, you have recouped all your investment that you made in it. Very, very simple. But you know, because of the corruption that goes on in there, they don't want you to see the simplicity of the oil and gas sector. They try to make it complex. What do you mean cost of extracting the crude? What is JV partnership for? What is production sharing contract for? In all, they don't spend up to 50% in extracting the crude oil from the ground, which gives them pure profit, not revenue now. Pure profit of over 50%. And if you do that, that's over $30 billion. If you're trying to say, oh, it costs something. It's simple arithmetic. Can't you just imagine it? Can't you calculate it? These kind of arguments are probably made by people who are paid to defend the corruption in Nigeria, or people who are extremely and irredeemably ignorant, and yet they pose themselves to be smart. This is not a smart comment. This is a very dumb comment.